Finally decided to take a step forward to photography, but you're just a beginner and have no idea where the heck you're supposed to start from because there are tons of cameras out there. It's not as complicated as it looks. DSLR cameras are the best place to start the journey because you can see the shooting image through the viewfinder. Today I've noted down the best DSLR cameras for amateurs, the newest and trendiest ones in the market. To see the most up-to-date prices and find out more information about these products, you can check out the links in the description below. Buckle up, because here I go. Nikon D780, best overall. The Nikon D780 is a replacement for the D750, one of the most well-rounded DSLRs ever made. It's still built around a 24 megapixel sensor and 51-point AF system, but the more you dig in, the more you discover it's a much more capable machine, a DSLR that's learned a lot from mirrorless. The D780 features 24.5 megapixel resolution and robust X-Speed 6 image processing engine. Many aspects of the camera's behavior, including autofocus, video performance, and interval shooting have been significantly improved, bringing a lot of the Z6's capabilities to Nikon's venerable F-mount. The Nikon D780 combines two AF systems into one camera, one for shooting through the finder and one for using live view. By and large, both systems work well, but there are some key differences between the two. Different AF area modes between finder and live view shooting can be confusing. 7 FPS burst with AF when shooting through the finder and 12 FPS burst with AF in live view. An impressive 100 frame buffer depth with minimal slowdown. The D780 captures excellent oversampled 4K footage. You can capture 1080 120p video for slow motion, and the camera can output 10-bit log footage to an external recorder. Pros: 2260 shots per charge with viewfinder, 24.5 megapixel BSI CMOS full frame sensor, excellent low light autofocus. Whereas for the cons, pricey and no built-in flash. Nikon D3500, best speed shooting. Ultra light, feels like it weighs less than kids' toys camera, but with pro level picture quality. The grip is reasonably deep, and even those with shovels for hands will have no problem finding a comfortable grip on the camera. The rubber cover on the grip isn't exactly the last word in luxury, but at the very least this isn't a camera that will slip out of your hands. While we're on build quality, neither the battery nor memory card doors feel particularly bomb-proof. It's worth making sure they're securely closed before stuffing the D3500 in a bag. The Nikon D3500 is a 24 megapixel entry-level DSLR with an APS-C CMOS sensor that is cheaper, lighter, and has a longer battery life than the D3400 that it replaced. It was designed with the new photographer in mind and features a guide mode that will essentially teach you how to shoot in various situations. You don't get 4K video capability with this camera, but it can shoot Full HD 1920 to 1080 video at up to 60 or 50 FPS. You don't get Wi-Fi either, but built-in Bluetooth does let you transfer images to your smart device, and in this latest model, fire the shutter remotely using your smartphone. To be honest, you're unlikely to use this camera for video. Its live view autofocus is a little too slow, and the fixed rear screen is a drawback in itself. The D3500's battery is a strong point. Fully charged, it will fire 1500 exposures, around 300 more than the D3400 this camera replaces. The right-hand side of the camera features a standard size SD card slot and a battery compartment. The battery itself is said to have increased in capacity by around 30% and has a CIPA rating of over 1500 images. That's an impressive rating, and although we did find the battery life to be good, usage is probably in reality a bit less than this. Pros: excellent image quality, remarkable 1550 shot battery life, handy guide mode, and compact for a DSLR. Whereas for the cons, no 4K video, no touchscreen control, and no Wi-Fi. Pentax K1 Mark II, best weather resistant. On the outside, the K1 Mark II is all but identical to the original K1. You get a chunky grip and some unique though effective control. It is built like a tank and as heavy as hell. A big, comfortable grip has a unique screen articulation mechanism that works well. A nice big optical viewfinder is 100% pentaprism viewfinder with a 0.70x magnification. The Penta X K1 Mark II is a supremely weather-sealed, tough-built full-frame camera with a 36-megapixel stabilized sensor, 36.2 megapixel full-frame CMOS sensor with no anti-aliasing filter, has 5-axis sensor shift image stabilization. Burst shooting tops out at 4.4 FPS. Video capture up to 1080 30p. No phase detect AF during video, only contrast detect, which is prone to hunting. The K1 Mark II powers on, focuses and captures an image in as little as 1.3 seconds. Autofocus speed is solid in bright light, about 0.1 second, and the focus speed does dip to about 0.6 second in dim light. My thoughts on the K1 Mark II are much the same as they were with the K1. Image quality is excellent, ergonomics are sound, and there is no arguing with the build quality. The camera's deficiencies are in autofocus performance, Wi-Fi implementation, and video capture. Battery life is now said to be around 670 still frames and around 340 minutes of playback. Pros: excellent build and comfortable handling, roomy viewfinder and articulated LCD, incredibly feature-rich design. Whereas for the cons, heavy, expensive, and below average battery life. Canon EOS Rebel T8i, best for landscapes. The point of DSLR cameras is the lag-free lens viewfinder, and there is a much wider array of lenses available to DSLR shooters without the need for adapters. The Rebel T8i is a well-equipped mid-range DSLR that lies at the top of the EOS or Rebel series' triple-digit numbers. It offers a comfortable step-up in functionality and handling over entry-level models, making it a suitable pick for anyone looking for a respectable DSLR without breaking the bank. However, Canon continues to offer a wide selection of models at various price ranges, each of which serves as a tempting stepping stone to the next level. Let's see its specifications. The fully articulated touchscreen shows 95% of viewing coverage, which tells that this camera is made for shooting landscape views, wildlife, or nature panorama. It can be the camera you're looking for. Equipped with 24.1 megapixel dual pixel CMOS sensor and a wide ISO range of 100 to 25,600 capture the moment in incredible quality. It manages shooting 4K at 24p videos and 7 FPS in continuous shooting speed. Super detailed, sharp images where brightness doesn't show any cloud. Your coach will take the lead so you can focus less on adjusting modes in the settings. Plus it features a 9-point AF system and AI servo AF. During live view shooting, detects automatically the subject with IAF in the portrait mode. You just have to keep the button on track of the moving subjects. Digic 8 image processor has the capacity to shoot 800 shot battery life or 310 shots with live view. Pros: it is made for landscape, quick and advanced autofocus, amazing image quality. Whereas for the cons, ordinary design, 4K footage is cropped, and limited focus in viewfinder. If all these cameras I mentioned above are accessing your limits, Canon EOS Rebel T7 got you covered. Best budget. Rebel T7 is one of the smallest DSLR cameras in the market. Not something out of the ordinary look. As usual, the Canon remains with the same design, or maybe sometimes they make an unnoticeable difference. The right side has a leather material for better grip and drops the possibility of suddenly slipping from hands. Both the optical viewfinder and the 3-inch LCD screen are super bright and clear. Optical viewfinder covers approximately 95% viewing range, though the display is fixed and lacks a touchscreen feature. It has a really good image quality, guaranteeing pleasing results with nicely saturated colors. Provides the perfect nature, mountain and beach pictures if you check close up. Applying a 24.1 megapixel sensor with its 100 to 6400 ISO supports 3 FPS continuous shooting speed, which is really down the average. However, it's not something we wouldn't expect at this price point. Captures 4K videos only at 24 FPS and slow burst rate is 3 FPS. Another useful feature is a hands-free operating system where you can control the camera remotely for portraits. Digic 4 Plus processor is applied to perform fast and reduce the unnecessary voice even in the low lighting condition. The nighttime pictures look sharp and precise as well as daytime does. As for the battery life, it's neither the worst nor the best. manages to shoot 600 shots per charge, but if you use the viewfinder instead of live view, battery life can drop to between 250 and 260 shots. Flash, playback, and Wi-Fi usage will also shorten battery life. Pros: affordable, solid build quality, mediocre performance, and sharp and clear images. Whereas for the cons: slow 3 FPS burst rate, autofocus doesn't work in video shooting, and live view highly affects the battery life. Alright guys, with that being said, we reached the bottom of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you have any questions about the products mentioned in this video, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Until the next video, stay safe, take care, and peace out.